Check out that waterfall. There is a ton of water spilling forward. It's been raining here a lot. So you can just see the water crashing down. It's even flooded this little island here in the middle of the river. Hey, you all, Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from Rochester, New York, in front of that crashing waterfall. Hope you all had a wonderful holiday season. Hope you all had a great New Year's. I had decided to take a little bit of time off, not a huge amount. But I have been traveling pretty much non-stop for an entire year. I left beginning of January in 2022 from my mother's home, and pretty much traveled the entire year. Started out with the Choose My Adventure road trip, where I allowed people to pick where I went. I put it up to a vote, let viewers vote on what city I would head to next. And then from there on, I just kept traveling. I traveled all the way through pretty much the entire year, all the way here to now. We're in 2023. And yeah, and so I decided, it's been a year of traveling. I decided I was gonna relax. I was not gonna film. I was gonna take some downtime, do some sleeping, do a little bit of meditating, just trying to get myself centered, relaxed. Of course, I'll be honest with you, it is hard, it's difficult when you're used to going, when you're used to filming, when you're used to just always driving, always being on the road. It's an adjustment to take some time off. It's also actually a little uncomfortable almost to have that time off. But I figured I'd get rejuvenated, get replenished, and then we'd get back on the road, because I always like to start off the new year with something fun. I've never seen the falls look like that. Wow, just look at the crashing there. Also noticed over here next to the waterfall we have some train tracks, but it looks like it's been paved over here recently. Looks like they've built like a little walkway here where the train tracks used to be. I think these benches are new. And here's a little thing that you notice when you see public architecture is the reason they put these bars there in the second. That's not just for a hand rest. That's usually made to stop people from homeless people, to stop them from sleeping on benches. But nothing's gonna stop people from sleeping on these weird chairs right here. The train going by. Well, this thing here, I wasn't sure walking up what this structure was, but upon further examination, it looks like some sort of giant public musical instrument. So I guess in the summer days, you come out here, and this will always be vibrating as anxious children pound on the bars with their little rubber mallets. These ones down here at the end are a little smaller. Makes me wonder, do they have different sounds? Let's see here. don't know, does that sound different? Kind of sounds the same to me. It looks like they have built a observation deck that people can watch the waterfall from. It says, what's it say there? Well, hello, gorges. I guess the hello to the gorge that the waterfall is in. It does look like this has maybe not been completed. You can see it's closed off here. And, oh, they haven't added steps yet to the stairs. So we won't be able to go up there and check it out. Yeah, you can see up there on the deck, they got a bench. They got some of those weird chairs. People can sit here and just relax and look at the waterfall. Get kind of a sample of what their view may look like right here. It says Rock the Falls, because people here in Rochester, they call it the Rock, R-O-C. So Rock the Falls. You can see a little mural there, a little painting of the falls themselves. From this view, you can see that's the bridge that I was on when we started the video. Of course, overlooking the falls over here. You can see those lights down there, that little thing in the middle of the river. I'll actually project lights on the fall at night. Sometimes they do different colors to light at the falls at night. But you can see how tall that bridge is over there. There's the Kodak building there in the background. So I wanted to start this year out with a bang. I wanted to go on a big road trip. And then when I'm doing kind of like a designated road trip, definitely like to kind of do it in chronological order. Film during the day, edit at night, and then put out that video the next morning for you guys to watch. And you kind of follow along with me on the road trip. I can't film like that all the time because of, you know, family commitments and other things. Sometimes I do have to slow down my output, but I definitely enjoy, you know, when I do those big cross-country road trips, to be able to share it with you on a day-to-day basis. So because of that, I wanted to announce the second annual Choose My Adventure road trip. You guys seemed to enjoy it quite a bit last year, so here we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this again. And for those of you who are not familiar, who were not here last year following me on my road trip, what I do is I will put out a list of cities in a poll on the community tab. That will be, if you subscribe to me, the polls will pop up in your subscription feed. If you're not subscribed to me, you can go to my channel, click on the community tab, and those polls will be there. And so I will list several cities. You guys vote. Whichever city gets the highest votes will I will end up going to that city. Kind of the pace I like to take is I like to put up, let you guys vote, then I will travel to that city. Then the next day I will spend a day doing something in that area of the city, either in the city or in the surrounding areas. Then put up another poll that day for you guys to vote on, and I will then travel on to the next destination. And we'll just keep going at that. And then of course I love to be as interactive as possible. You guys, you know, when you put your vote in, go to the video, go to the most recent video and leave a comment telling me, you know, with the next destination, where I'm going next. Tell me things you'd like to see me do, things you'd like to see me experience, just things you'd like me to document on this channel. And I will pay close attention to the comments and try to visit as many of those things as I can. All right, so if you want to vote on the first stop on the Carpetbaggers 2023 Choose My Adventure road trip, you can go vote right now. Like I mentioned, either go to your subscriber feed if you're subscribed to me, or if you're not, you can click on the community tab on my channel, and there should be a poll right now where you can vote where I will go for my first stop. Now, your choices are, I'm leaving from Rochester, New York. I'm currently staying with Jen. So if you can vote for either Cleveland, Ohio, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Allentown, Pennsylvania, or Albany, New York. And then you guys vote whichever one wins. I will travel to that city. I'll spend a day in that city filming, and then I will, and then I will have put out another poll by then where you guys can vote, and then I will once again go to the next stop where you guys would like to see me go. Now, there is an end point here, because I do have somewhere to be at one point. Last year, the end point was I had to go get dental surgery, which ended up being the worst thing that ever happened to me. But I digress. I do plan on being at Transworld, the haunted house trade show that they have every year in St. Louis. This year they're remodeling the convention center, so they're ending up doing it earlier in the year. So they're gonna be doing it the first week in February. So, as things grow closer, I may have to veer us towards St. Louis. But we could definitely take the scenic route. Last year, I went all over the place. I started out in Indiana, went to Cedar Rapids, Iowa in a snowstorm, and oh, so cold. And then we went, where did we go? I'm trying to remember all the places we went. We traveled a lot up and down the Mississippi River. Actually went to St. Louis as part of last year's trip. Down in New Orleans. We even went out, started going out west. Went to, I think, Las Vegas. I think Las Vegas was the furthest. If I'm remembering correctly, I think Las Vegas was the furthest we went out west. So yeah, from Cedar Rapids to Las Vegas, taking the scenic route. So yeah, I think this is gonna be a lot of fun. So go right now, vote, and I will whatever you guys vote for, I will go. Remember, it is January, so some of the attractions in colder areas may not be available. And actually, that's one of the reasons I held off starting the road trip, because it turns out, like last year, I discovered that for whatever reason, a lot of museums will just close the first week in January. I guess they get busy during the holiday season, so they'll take a week off. So I figured that I would alleviate that problem by waiting a little bit to start this road trip. But I'm stoked, and you guys go vote, and I will check back in. So let's see. You guys will be voting now, so I will check back in tomorrow, and then I will leave for wherever you guys vote for, and the adventure begins. But before we went, I did want to show you guys something cool, a little follow-up here. Now, if you look at that there, that is a 3D scan of me. This is when I went to Little Canada. If you want to check that video out, I got scanned in a big pod, and I ordered the miniature here. You can see it's really accurate. You can see it's got little purple Crocs on. You can actually see the holes in the Crocs. You can read, it says Dinosaur Land on my shirt. It's pretty remarkably accurate. I had another one of these done at Gulliver's Gate, which is another miniature attraction that sadly is no longer with us. But yeah, I love Little Canada, and I think they did a pretty good job of shrinking me down. So I also purchased one of the tinier versions of me. This is the actual size of the miniatures they use in their exhibit. I bought this little diorama when I was actually at the attraction. You can see me there with their mascot, Maurice the Moose, just hanging out. Just tiny little me hanging out in Canada with Maurice the Moose. But possibly coolest of all, check this out. They actually, I paid an additional fee to have my miniature placed in the actual Little Canada diorama. They asked me which part of Little Canada I wanted to be placed in. I said I wanted to be in Clifton Hill, but I didn't. I was so excited when I opened this morning. They put me in front of Ripley's. Like, what could be a more perfect spot for the Carpetbagger than being at the miniature Ripley's in Little Canada. I'm standing there on Clifton Hill in Ripley's, believe it or not, the building that's like a tipped over building. I've of course been to every Ripley's in the United States, so only fitting that I'm at the Ripley's in Little Canada. And so if you're ever at the Little Canada attraction in Toronto, stop by and see the little miniature version of me. I'm really excited. I want to go back there and see my miniature version as part of the model. Yeah, I love the attraction, and I love the idea of being able to be a permanent part of it. I actually get 25% off my next ticket because I'm an official resident of Little Canada. So hopefully, I actually had to renew my passport. I went online to renew my passport, so I don't have my passport currently. I'm waiting on the new version. They made it so you can actually apply online if you're not changing anything. So I'm waiting to get that passport, and once I get it, I will head back to Big Canada to visit myself in Little Canada. So thank you guys so much. I'm really excited about this new adventure. I'm really excited to try this once again, the Choose My Adventure road trip. It's a good way to just discover, you know, cool little things along the American roadside, maybe go some routes that I normally wouldn't go, and you guys can be right there along with me. So in the comment section of this video, why don't you tell me where you'd like me to go, and leave some suggestions of things you'd like to see me film in whatever place that you voted for me to go to. But thank you guys so much. Of course, there's always ways to support the channel. I always have my Patreon. I sell my pins. I want to be clear. You know, I'm not. I pay my bills. I make enough on this channel to pay my bills, to cover my costs. But, you know, those are ways that you can help, you know, for future adventures, future trips, to plan bigger trips, to go see things that maybe I wouldn't otherwise be able to see. Just if you feel like you want to contribute to the channel, if you are compelled to contribute to the channel, or if you just want to receive a postcard from me every month, or if you'd like a pin for your hat or your shirt, your backpack, whatever, all that goes to help me out, and I really appreciate it. It makes things easier for me when you guys give me that support. But I don't ever want anyone to feel like they're obligated to give to this channel or to purchase anything. Of course, my favorite thing is just to have people watch these videos, and it means a lot to me. If you can just give me your eyeballs, not permanently, you don't have to take them out of your head and give them to me, but if you could just take those eyeballs for a little while each day and point them at your screen, that does a lot to help me as well. So let's get ready. This is going to be a fun trip. Send me somewhere fun. Send me somewhere exciting. And until then, this one's in the bag.